All right, welcome back. Some late night coding session. Right, so last little episode we had an issue where we couldn't log in. It wouldn't remember it. I did some research and found the issue, and the issue is same site cookie settings. So essentially, if we go to our response utils, there's a little thing in the set cookies that's called same site. So if we make it strict, it sets it to strict, otherwise by default it's lax. And I think this fails because we're coming from the Google servers directly to the HTTP page that sets the cookie, and I think it considers that as a cross-site request. So the only thing that we have to do to fix that is set strict to false. This won't completely disable strict. You will only set it to the default value, which is lax. Setting it to none is a bad idea. So we're still, it's still secure. And if we save this and test, we should have fixed the issue. So now, if I sign out, sign in with an email, it shows directly here that I'm logged in. And if we go to the real website and we do the same thing, you'll see that it doesn't work until we change the URL. So yeah, that was an easy fix. And if we come in here and we push our changes, so fix cross site cookie issue, and we give it some time to rebuild, it should also be fixed on the production website. Well, this is more like the dev website rather than production. Might be an interesting idea for an episode to make it so we have two separate things, two separate websites, one for development and one for actual production. But anyways, site is back up. If we sign out and sign in again, yeah, there you go. It's instant. Cool. Everything's working just fine. Next thing that I wanted to do is, start setting up some Unity things so we can, hit this play button and have a Unity game show up. That would be interesting. So first things first, let's actually go ahead and open the project. Let me just find it. There it is. We'll just set a simple scene and have it build and show up as a page. It might be interesting on how to set up the headers properly and whatnot for it to work with the Unity build, like serving it. Yeah, that might be a little funny. We'll see. And then from there, it's, we're gonna start doing some more interesting things. Yeah, so we have this testing environment here where we have the chat, but we cannot see, of course, I need to start the server. Oh, actually, this is actually something funny is going on. If we stop it and we go to our session, so this is sending binary, that's fine. At some point, something is sending text. We just need to find what is sending the text. So this is sending binary too, for sure. Send text, send async, send binary, and then it says the thing. send text has a different thing. Well, I guess let's try with localhost on 8080 without SSL, and let's see what happens. Oh, is it 8080? I think it uses the same port, right? Yeah, there you go. So connected, and then hits the bed. That's interesting because it's receiving the welcome message. Like it received this. What is happening? Okay. Like this is an HTTP request. Like this wouldn't be called. So if I reload this, okay, got an HTTP request. If I open this, we shouldn't get any HTTP requests. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, what? We did get an HTTP request. Is that normal? Could it be the reason why it's failing? Okay. I need some more info here. Let's get the query path. This is interesting. And if we connect, I wonder what's happening. Expected to be violent. What the hell? What if we don't handle any of the HTTP requests? Does this fix our issue? It does. That's interesting. I'm not sure what is happening. So let's just go ahead and do that, and also the method, and try to figure out why this is happening. This is a very curious thing. Didn't expect it to be stuck so quickly. Let's see. A GET request. Is there a way to see? So it has URL, method, protocol. That might be something interesting. Maybe it's just gonna say the protocol is sockets or something, and we can just ignore this this request. That sounds like a good plan, and a plan that hopefully works. It's HTTP 1.1. Okay, and what is no, there's gotta be something else happening. Okay, how does WebSocket connection work? Does WebSocket use HTTP? Yes. Okay. Okay, so there's an upgrade. Let's see, upgrade. How can I guess these might be headers. Let's see if there's something in here that might fix it for us. Doesn't look like it. We might have to check the headers. So we'll go for, oh, look at that. It's almost like it heard me. So we'll log all of the headers, and I'm assuming that's what these are. Yeah, look at that, upgrade WebSocket. So we want to ignore this if we have this. right? So we're gonna say if key equals upgrade, value equals WebSocket, and let's just reset. I think this is gonna be handled by the underlying server that we created automatically. Cool. If we play now, hey, look at that. We are connected and we are chatting. Awesome. And this should still, yeah, this everything here still works. 104, boom, boom, boom. Perfect. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and push this as well. So status, commit, fix. What did we just fix? Web sockets failing due to HTTP request having improper response set. Oh, did I not add these? Ah, and then we're gonna push that. So that should fix that. All right. Now, what I wanted to do is for us to get the chat going as well on this window instead of just the console. Yeah, I don't have the server started. This is why it failed to connect. All right. So if we play now, connected, and we send a chat, we only see it here. Let's potentially display the latest data or something that it receives from the server on a label. We don't need to be too fancy about it. Just need a way to make sure that everything is working. Oh, actually, never mind. We can see the console logs in the web browser as well. So just let's just keep it simple, stupid, or stupid simple. Let's make this a solid color and make it white. Right. Looks kind of grayish, doesn't it? Post processing. There you go. There's some bloom vignettes going on. Let's keep the vignette maybe. Why not? Yeah, whatever. No, I'm not gonna have any post processing actually. I want to keep it as simple as possible and be as fast as possible. So I don't need all this high fidelity shenanigans. We go to the configs, so it's not in there. Settings. Okay, look at that. There's multiple that we can choose. Let's go ahead and select our graphics, or what is it? Yeah, there you go, graphics. And instead of high fidelity, we'll go for performant. Continue. Performant. So I don't want to enable post-processing for this. All of this I don't really care about right now. Boom, boom. We don't care about that either. Sure. Yeah, we do want shadows. No additional lights, only one. We'll disable that for now. Enable it if we need. Distance, let's do 300. One cascade. Let's allow for soft shadows, and I think that's about all that I want to put in there. Let's maybe add a plane for a ground. Oh, I added a quad. I want to add a plane. How would I select quad? Plane, there you go. So I'm going to call this ground. Let's make it something big. Create a new folder. Where's the folder? Materials. Create a new material. You guessed it. Add this here. Cool. And then I'm gonna add a simple cube just to add some visual interest for our test. Just so it's not something completely stupid. Just a little stupid. And we're gonna make it be soft shadows. Oh, it's already soft shadows, interesting. It does look soft-ish. If we go to our settings that we were just tweaking, is this not the one being applied right now? That's weird. That's very weird. Why is it not picking the right one? Do I need to change something else? Oh, of course. There you go. Now they're completely gone. So, okay, let's go back here. What is the issue? Okay, so the issue is this was too small. Where's the okay, cast shadows? Yeah, okay, there you go. I guess we can lower this maximum distance. Huh, I wasn't expecting it to look this bad. I guess we can increase that a little bit. 300. Wowsies, that does look a little horrible. What was the high fidelity one using? 4K. Maybe keep it at 100 for now. Oh, we'll play with this afterwards. Where is this the near plane? Okay, so is it this soft shadow quality medium? Okay, I'm happy with this for now. This looks cool. Build settings, make sure we switch to WebGL. Short of time, yeah, no. For now, it doesn't really matter. For development, it might be better to choose shorter build time, since we might be doing a lot of builds here and there. Okay, waiting for the re-import. Always a pleasure. Awesome, that's done. Let's go ahead and actually build. Before we build, in the project settings and player, there has to be, I think it was in presentation, yeah, there's a, what is this? PWA. Interesting, let me Google that. Unity PWA. WebGL. I'm not sure, whatever. We'll use the minimal one, and we might create our own little WebGL template to make it full screen, because I'm not sure this one is. And yeah, we'll test with that. Sure, yeah, you see there's a canvas width and height. This is not full screen, which is a shame. Compression format. See, this one I'm not entirely sure because we're serving it off of our own thing. So if we check GitHub, what was this package called that we're using? Core server. Is it this? Yeah. Gzip. Does it allow for gzip? Compression. See, I'm not entirely sure how this works. Like, does the server need to do something specific, or is it just passing the right headers for the client to know what to do? How to send broadly compressed files. I think there's a Unity documentation WebGL headers. Oh, look at that. So I guess we're going to be using gzip, and it does seem to be a browser thing. So let's go ahead and choose gzip. I don't really know what those mean, but that's not a big deal for now. Let's just make a build and see what we get. Build. We're gonna choose it to be inside this thing. I'm gonna say WebGL. I'm gonna select this folder and build it there. While that builds, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this a little more. Are you? Wow. Tells the browser which type of compression Unity has used for the compression files. This allows the browser to decompress the files natively. The only issue that I see is that we have this file cache that will be serving this statically over. I'm not sure we can configure specific headers. Where is it? I'm looking at the wrong thing. Here, if we check our program, there's a static content. Static, yeah, add, clear, remove. And the way it's handled, it's in here. We could potentially, no, we cannot change this. It understands the content type. Get extension. Sure, so this would give it the extension, but oh, MIME table. Where is it being populated? Oh, there you go. The zip. Something like gzip. Oh, that gzip. Okay. Does it know of broadly? Doesn't seem like it. Although broadly might be a little different. .br. Yeah, it doesn't know of it, but potentially we could access this, or is it just completely private? Just completely private. It's a shame that this is, compiled and doesn't allow me to add my own little things. But I guess gzip is fine. We'll just see what we get whenever we finish building, and hopefully it works just fine right out of the box. That would be the best. Yeah, this always takes ages to finish compiling. So, well, actually, I'm gonna wait for the build to finish. Oh, okay, looks like it finished building. File off of this. Is it gonna? Thought it was gonna open it, but I guess I didn't put build and run, so it didn't really do anything. But again, look at this WebGL, and then we got this. Now, I'm not sure this is gonna be something that works, but let's give it a try. Let's just, start. Boom. And let's navigate to this path through some WebGL. And then index.html. Oh, is it working? So unable to parse this if the build compression enabled but server hosting was misconfigured. Yeah, we need a content encoding header. So it doesn't work. It sort of works. The thing is here, but it doesn't, the encoding is not being set properly. So again, it's a shame we cannot edit this. And it's also a shame we cannot intercept this. So here, this add static content, yeah, it's part of the HTTP server. They sort of just handle it. Now, I wonder when it is actually being intercepted, and could we... Because something is stopping this request from reaching us, and is doing this. I wish, you know, I could take control over this and do something else. I wonder if it's possible. I wonder. Prefix, filter, and timeout. It doesn't look like there is, which again, it's a shame. I mean, could I just, you know, be a sneaky little dude and potentially might be able to do something along the lines of, and this is part of the HTTP server, so this server, so server.cache. Oh, ooh, Unity compatible. Okay, so here should be able to call our method. Ah, okay, this is looking promising. And then down here, exactly, we're gonna say set header. Okay, let's say extension equals to this. Okay, then I'm gonna say, is there a Bing set content type? I don't think I can access this MIME table because it's private. I don't think that's how. So server that MIME table. Yeah, that's not how extensions work. We could just copy, try to work around it, but we could just copy this, right? So we could have this dude in here, and I'm pretty sure there's a way to initialize a dictionary. Oh, look at that, which is like this. So we can make it be a static thing equals a new dictionary, right? Look at that. And we could add our other extensions, like Brightly here as well. Well, let's stick with gzip, which I guess if we're not adding them, we don't really need this anyways, right? Yeah, right. So this is fine like this. The only thing that we need to really do is say switch extension case. Oh, does it include the dots or not? Yeah, it includes the dots. So case gzip. Oh, look at that. Set header content encoding to that. So if we look, yeah, it's here. Content encoding headers to gzip. Could also do it broadly just in case, but it doesn't really. I don't think it will work because it's not being picked up by the content type. That's where we would need to do our own little MIME table. Well, not really, actually. I'm stupid. I could just do, you know, for everything else, just do this. For gzip, also do this. Yet for this dude, we could just set a header header content type to, let's see, probably content type. Oh, that's higher level header. We also need to do these, I guess. Let's just handle them. So let's do case, this, case, that, new case, this. Right, so this is where we need to set the content type. I'm assuming we still need, well, I'm so lost. Okay, let's take it one step at a time. Let's do this for now. Or let's just forget about it. Let's focus on gzip. Let's start the server and see what happens now. Let's make sure that it is going through here. So console, right line, gzip. Oh, it is not going through here. Oh, because it's jz. But let me, yeah, okay, it's jz. jz, whatever it is. Let me just double check the headers. Gzip, okay, cool. So if I refresh, oh, things are happening. Oh, look at that. Data from server. The server's even responding, but how is it connected? Oh, because we're using localhost. I was like, how is it connected? But of course it's connected because we're testing it locally. Yeah, it's look, it's working. Fancy schmancy stuff. Now, what else do we get here? So, wasm streaming compile failed to execute compile. Yeah, because it expected application wasm. Startup time will suffer. It's not critical, but we definitely want to give it the right thing. What I'm worried is that the extension here will just be jz. Yeah, see, there's nothing in here. I guess we need to handle these scenarios down here. So for example, if it's jz, I'm gonna say if key that ends with that wasm that jz, then we're gonna do something special. I'm gonna break, right? And that something special is simply going to, well, this is gonna happen for all of them. Well, I guess we could do something like this. And then here we're gonna say that set header content type application that wasm. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Let's go ahead and try this now. Go ahead and refresh. Oh, something. Okay, so the warning went away because everything seems to be fine now. Cool. We got it working. Would you look at that? I wonder how big is the entire build? It's way too big for just a cube. 11 megabytes. Yeah, that's fine. Of course, we could rename this to something else other than WebGL, but whatever. All right, let's. I'm actually curious to see how this will behave on the real website. Let's what should we do? Let's push this. Git status. There should be a bunch of stuff in here. Add all of those. Yeah. So feature first Unity build WebGL support for our HTTP server. Cool. And once our website gets rebuilt and restarted, so I'm refreshing just to follow the state of what is happening. There you go. It got shut down, and it should restart in a bit. There you go. It's back up. And if we navigate to this, and we open the console, successfully downloaded. Boom. I'm here, and yeah, of course, this won't work because it's HTTP. It's HTTPS. If I refresh now, I'm curious what happened there. Oh, it connected. Whoa, that's, oh, I guess because it's localhost. But usually, this shouldn't be able to happen because HTTPS websites should only be able to connect to secure WebSockets. But this could be just a development thing potentially. I don't know, that's interesting. I was expecting this to fail. Either way, everything seems to be working. What is this? So error permission policy header not enabled. No idea what that means. I don't think those are important. But look at this, we got it working, and I even think, look at this, successfully, oh, it's downloaded it again, it's not caching it. I wonder why it isn't caching it. Unity cache successfully downloaded and stored it. Okay, well, it's relatively fast. It doesn't take a lot of time to load, so maybe it is caching it. I felt like the first time took a lot longer. Cool. Now, this is connecting to our local host. Let's go ahead and make it so here. Crap. Let's make it so this is 3D pixels.written.dev, right? That's the proper website, isn't it? Yeah. This is 443. I think this is the right port, isn't it? 443 port HTTPS secure connections. I think it's 443, and we need to enable this. Now, the only caveat to this is that, you know, we cannot easily toggle between testing locally and testing remotely. Right now, we're going to be testing remotely, and we should connect to the remote server, and it should be working actually. Yeah, look at that. We connected remotely through secure WebSockets. You can see that my server is offline, yet I'm connected to the EC2 machine. But I might not want to always do that, so let's add a quick little thing. Okay, let's do header remote server info. And let's do a boolean that says use localhost, right? So down here on this connect, we're going to say if using localhost, do something, otherwise do something else. And then here we're just going to say connect with false localhost, and then the port will be 8080, which I guess this is what I made it to by default. Cool. And another thing I want to do is I want to say if Unity editor and if, and we could do this just to avoid having that. So essentially, let's do it the proper way. This is how it should essentially be done. So if Unity editor, oh, actually not really. This is not how it should be done. This is more like what should be done. So if in the editor, you use the boolean to check if it should be local or not. Otherwise, aka if we are in the build, just connect to the remote one. Yeah, this feels like a better option. So essentially, we could simply, no, this isn't ticked. We should connect successfully to the remote server. Connected. And if we tick the local host, it should fail because the server isn't online. Yeah, see, connecting to localhost. Cool. This will allow us to quickly test remotely, locally, but whenever we make a build, it's always going to connect to the remote one. So yeah, let's make a build. There we go, waiting again for the build. Oh, we are back. So we rebuilt it here, pretty cool. Let's do git status, add, connect to remote server instead of local. Go ahead and push that. All that is pushing. Oh, I just realized something. This won't allow us. This is going to connect to the remote one. Yeah, look at that. Connected to the remote one. Oh, and it got disconnected. Why did it disconnect me? Okay, if I send something. Oh, no worries. I guess it just happened once. Disconnects may happen just because, you know, internet isn't completely stable. But okay. And if we go on this side, this should essentially be the same thing. Then I could I'm not a huge fan of this. I want to make a system where if it's localhost, should connect to localhost. Thought I was being smart, but after all, maybe not. Okay, whatever, it's not a big deal. We can try to see if there's a built-in way. So Unity WebGL get domain. I don't think there's a built-in way of checking it. Wait, absolute URL. Interesting. That actually is a absolute URL. Didn't know that. So, okay, that's something that we can work with. So, for example, what we can do is here. All right, let's get rid of this and let's do some dirty stuff. All right, so bool should use local equals to use localhost, and then let's do okay. So is localhost and application that is not the editor. Well, is the editor, or is using localhost domain, or is using localhost domain. And here we say this equals to that. Well, we gotta create a URI, whoops, from this, and then we say if this that host that contains localhost. Right? I think that should do it. So if this is localhost. Oh wait, okay? So if use localhost is true and we are in the editor or we are in the localhost domain, then use localhost. I feel like this should probably be more along the lines of this. Yeah, I think this makes more sense. Right? This makes sense, right? So that way the localhost will always connect to localhost and remote will always connect to remote. Yeah, I'd say that makes sense. And yeah, we can try it by making another build. So while this is building, I was looking and we probably want to check this is a valid URL because I think this might throw. Guess what happens? C# Yuri. Why is this in French? I think it might throw invalid URL. What happens? Invalid URI. Or C#, whoops. Check if URL is valid. Try create. Yeah, that would be much better. So if I create this, right, how does this work? If try create, no. URI. Wait, what? So try create this absolute out bar result. We can say this equals to false, and then we can say this equals to that. So this should make it so it doesn't fail if this fails. It's a better solution because on some platforms, and I imagine on editor that might also be the case, absolute URL isn't a actual URL, and it could be a path, right? I think, well, actually there's URL in the name. Might be a good idea to just log and see what this is in the editor. I'm very curious. Let's go ahead and upload this build. So smartly choose which server to connect to. Right. Here, if we play, let's see what it logs as the absolute URL. An empty string. And I'm pretty sure creating the URI would have failed with the empty string. Because if I say else, fail to parse this, and then we could potentially just do that. And just see what it says. Anyways, if we go back to this, yeah, web, on this piece, boom, load that up. I mean, this should work the exact same way. Yeah, so see, that was a new download. So caching is working. It took a lot long. Anyways, nothing is broken. Managed to write the same message twice. Let's see what this gives us. Yeah, See, that failed. It would have crashed if we didn't do the try catch. Let's just do this. We don't want to keep logging it. If it's not a valid URL, I'll just ignore it. Cool. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna stop this one here. So we got the WebGL build going. We got it showing properly on the website, serving it properly with the right headers, the right content type and whatnot. Encoding, content encoding, all that. So we got gzip perfectly working. I think we can get broadly working as well, easily with the way this is set up. Oops, the way this is set up. By just checking for the broadly extension and doing the same thing here. But I'm happy with gzip for now. We'll continue using it until we decide to switch to broadly, then we'll tackle that. Should be relatively easy to pick it up in the future.